On this episode of the Martial Art Innovations Podcast, I'll be talking about holiday safety, keeping you safe, keeping your home safe, keeping your car safe, and yes, even keeping your packages safe from those holiday Grinches that might try to get after them. Let's get started. Welcome to the Martial Art Innovations Podcast. I'm your host, Don Frack. I am the owner and instructor at Martial Art Innovations, a self-defense and fitness-based martial arts school in Covina, California. And as I mentioned, we're talking today about holiday safety. Now, we've got several categories that we're going to talk about, so let's get started with our first one, home safety. Now, home safety should be the kind of thing that we do year-round, and there are some specific things for holidays, but in general, we want to make sure that our doors and windows are locked at night, and when we leave home, you want to definitely go around and verify, make sure that that is all the case, that you do have the windows locked as you thought, make sure that door's secured, and that you haven't left anything open to be accessible by somebody who's coming up to your house. If you have a security system or Ring Alert, Nest, one of those, definitely make sure that it's in place, that you've got the cameras where you can easily see people trying to approach your house and any place that packages might be delivered. Now, a note on packages, if you're not going to be home, is it possible that you could have a neighbor take packages for you who works from home or is home a lot? Could you have them delivered to your work? Possibly. There are services you can get like post office boxes, and I know that Amazon delivers to, I believe, what are called locker stations where you can have them dropped off at a secure place that you will have to have access to it. I know FedEx, you can have pickup there available, and that might be a great way to prevent thieves from getting your packages at your house. Now, you want to make sure that any gifts that you have in your home are not accessible, but visible from the outside. The last thing you want to do is see large packages in the Christmas tree in the front room of your house that might invite somebody to want to try to get in and get after that stuff. So if you can make that a little bit more secluded while not taking away from the whole feel for the holiday decorations that you've got in the house, I think that would be a great idea. Now, if you have a spare key at your house to get inside in case you lock yourself out or lose your keys, I wouldn't recommend putting it under the doormat or above the ledge on your door frame. Make sure that it is hidden somewhere securely that no one's going to easily find it. I would recommend you don't do it in the front of your house, but it be out back, because if you're grabbing that key from your front porch, for example, and someone sees that, then they're going to know where you hide it. It would be better if you had it somewhere more secluded where if you need to get into your house and use a key, that they won't see you getting it as you enter your house. So the next area we're going to talk about is your vehicle safety. This starts at your house. Don't leave gifts and packages inside your vehicle. Now, I know sometimes what we'll do is we'll hide stuff in the trunk so that our kids or our spouse don't see that we have them, but we really have to watch out because this is a prime place that thieves will try to break into your vehicle and get packages. Perhaps you could leave them with someone else. As I mentioned before, a neighbor might be able to hold the packages for you or another family member, but I wouldn't recommend storing them in your house. Also, I would recommend that if you're out shopping, if you're going to have packages in your vehicle, try to store them in the trunk. Do not leave the packages in the back seat where they can be seen. Try to make sure that if they can be locked and secured into a place where prying eyes are not going to be able to see them by passerbys. You don't want someone to see a package in the back of your car and simply break the window. Even if the alarm goes off, by the time they grab the package and get going, it'll be too late. So definitely secure those items away. If you're going to be going away for an extended period of time, perhaps over the weekend or a week for vacation, make sure that you have a neighbor, a friend, a family member that can come by and check on the house, make sure things are okay, and if anything is wrong, that you'll know about it as soon as possible. You'll possibly want to use some timers to let the lights go on at the evening hours. That way there is at least the appearance that somebody is home. I would make sure that we keep the windows closed and not invite prying eyes to look around your home while you're gone. Make sure that you get your mail picked up by the neighbors or your family friend that comes to visit. Perhaps even go to the post office and ask them to hold the mail there so that it doesn't pile up at your house, letting someone know that you're not home, and also preventing people from picking up gift cards and gift certificates that might come in the mail to you. So our next safety tips are about your personal safety. The holidays are an amazing and festive time, but they're also a time for a lot of people of stress. So that anxiety makes people a little more short fused, and we want to make sure that at least we are not contributing to that problem, but also recognizing that a lot of people are going to be dealing with that kind of stress and are going to be a little more on edge. So if we can keep ourselves under control, we're going to be less likely to contribute to that stress. Now, when you're out, you always want to make sure to use situational awareness, be aware of what's going on around you, but especially during this time. So if you're out shopping and you leave from the store, make sure that you have your keys ready, that you are going to clearly get to your car, and the package that you have, make sure as you're putting them in the vehicle, you situate yourself so that someone can't easily approach you without you seeing them. So if you can pop open the trunk, make sure you're looking left and right around you. Put your items away quickly. Don't be on your phone during this time. That's an easy way to get distracted. Put those things in the car, get it secured, get you secured and in the vehicle so that you can take off and not have any problems in the parking lot. Now, when you're shopping, you want to remember there is nothing in that store or nothing you're going to buy that is worth losing your life or your liberty over. Every year I see on the news people getting into fights because there's a limited supply of some particular thing that happens to be on sale. And you don't want to get yourself hurt or harm someone else because the anxiety over all of these things causes you to do something dumb or stupid. Just remember that the person who you're getting that gift for would much rather have you alive and safe than that gift if it comes down to being some kind of thing you'd get in an altercation over. So let's keep that in mind. When you're shopping in places, make sure that you are clear about where the exits are. In case something foolish happens, there's some kind of fight that breaks out, an active shooter situation, or any kind of problem like this, you always want to know at least one other exit besides the one you came in. So if you came in through the front door of a store, make sure you identify where the emergency exits are. So in case something kooky happens, you know where to go and you'll get out safely. So I hope inside all of those little tips, there's a couple in there that you could take away that will make sense for you and that it will help you have a safe and happy holiday season. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Martial Art Innovations Podcast. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider doing so you'll get updates on future episodes. If you happen to know someone who would appreciate this information, please share it with them. And leave a comment down in the comment section of what you thought of the episode, what you'd like to hear on future episodes. If you'd like more information about myself and what I do, you can reach me at martialartinnovations.com. We also have both a Facebook and Instagram profile under that name, martialartinnovations.com. Again, thank you so much, and I look forward to having you join me in the next episode.